What's going on, people? Welcome to another video, and today we are dealing with the predictions for week 3 of the English Premier League coming up this weekend. Of course, I'm shooting this a little bit earlier, like I said in my other video, because of other content I got coming up. Check that out when it comes out, probably Thursday, Friday, or maybe even Saturday, depending on how lazy I feel. Champions League draw reactions and predictions and all that good stuff. Carabao Cup as well. And yeah, I'm gonna get into the video because I want to make this as short as possible, under 10 minutes. So I'm shooting for. So if you're going to enjoy the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you agree with my predictions, if you think that I'm gonna get it wrong this time, or if you think your boy is just gonna keep going stronger and stronger again. Just gonna go over the rules for my predictions. Is I have to get at least 7 out of the 10 matches I predict this week right, otherwise I have to do a forfeit. So 70%, which is a C, a passing class if you ever went to college, that is a passing grade. So yeah, that's what I'm going for, 7 out of 10. And yeah, let's get into it before it gets cold, no? And Manchester City against Arsenal, I'm gonna go with, of course, again, before I start, we're dealing with the result, not the score line. So all I have to do is predict that, oh yeah, City's gonna win, and I can say the score line, but if City win, then I still get the points. And I'm also thinking of adding another rule so even if I don't get 7 out of 10 right, but if I predict, say City to win 3-0 and they win 3-0, so I get one more prediction, so I have a chance to. So I only have to get 6 out of 10. So basically, I get one waived by getting the right score line, if you know what I mean, if you understand what I mean. Hopefully you do. But we're going to get into it. Manchester City against Arsenal. Yeah, I think I alluded to it. 3-0 is what I'm going for. I think City are just going to be too strong and too powerful and too composed and too much of Pep's. Pep's boys are just too good for Arsenal, I believe. And so, yeah, I'm going to go 3-0. Too easy. Grealish, I believe he's going to score again. And this time it's going to not be a knee shot. This time it actually is going to be a strike. Dishonest the haters. We got Aston Villa against Brentford. I believe this time is going to be the first defeat for the Bees. Sorry, Bees, I love you guys, but yeah, I believe Aston Villa are starting to click, and I believe that a 2-1 victory is coming for Aston Villa in that game. We got Brighton against Everton. Of course, Brighton first 2 games have been wins. Everton have 4 points from the first 2 games. I am actually going to go with a 1-1 draw here. I know it can. Of course, Brighton can win this game. Of course, Everton can win this game. But I'm going to go with a draw here. I just don't see Brighton losing, really, to be honest with you. But I also don't see Rafa Benitez is Everton. Based on that game against Leeds, I don't see them actually dropping all 3 points. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in that game. Of course, it could be more. But again, like I said, all I have to do is get the result right. Newcastle against Southampton. Now, this is a tough game. Of course, Southampton coming off that 1-1 draw with Manchester United. Newcastle lost their first 2 games. I believe they're going to be up for it this time. I believe the Southampton, of course, are going to not be easy to beat for them. But I am actually going to go for a shock here. And I'm going to go for Newcastle United with a 2-1 victory over Southampton. It will be kind of a shock, of course, because Newcastle lost the first 2 games. Southampton just came up with a draw against Manchester United. But I just believe that based off on, I think maybe Willock will be in the team as well for Newcastle. I believe the Steve Bruce will have to put on a better showing than they did in the last game against Aston Villa, because they're going to be at home. And I just think that they're going to have just a little bit too much for Southampton. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. And then we got Norwich City against Leicester City. Of course, Leicester City, I'm going to tip them to bounce back from that 4-1 defeat at West Ham last week with a 3-1 victory at Norwich City. Norwich City, apologies, but you're going to be 0-3. Going to lose the first 3 games of the season. Cheer up. I think you got Arsenal next, so you got a chance to actually win that game. But yeah, Leicester City wins 3-1 for me. And West Ham against Crystal Palace, which is another London derby. A lot of London derbies going on, because there's a lot of London teams now because of Brentford coming into the league. There's a lot of London teams. So it's another London derby to start the season. West Ham against Crystal Palace. Of course, West Ham top of the table right now, and I am going to go for them staying up there. I don't know if they are actually going to stay there overall, but I'm going to go for them winning their first 3 games of the season. 3-1 victory over Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace. Vieira, unfortunately, still not going to get that first elusive win of his Premier League career yet. I'm going to go 3-1 to the Hammers. David Moyes has been doing wonderful things for West Ham, and I see it just continuing for them for a while, really. I think until they play against us, and I think we're going to beat them obviously, because I always believe Man United are going to beat everybody. But yeah, I'm going to go with West Ham United 3-1 victory over Crystal Palace. And then we got Liverpool against Chelsea, the marquee game of the week, the big game of the week, which is that's what I'm predicting is going to be the game of the week. But yeah, I'm going to go with this one is difficult because you know what? Yeah, this is difficult because you know what? Chelsea, they look great, of course, with the wins and the results. But Liverpool, the same thing. They look, that results look very impressive. 5 goals scored, none conceded. But neither team has actually really, excited me in terms of they haven't really hit top gear yet. And I still think it's going to be an amazing game. But neither team has actually hit the heights yet. But I am going to go with this is a tough one. It's a very difficult one, honestly. I am going to go with a 2-2 draw just because I'm a United fan, and yeah, we need to stay on track with both these guys. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Exciting game, of course. Excited to see what Lukaku can do against Liverpool. Didn't really have the best of times when playing for Man United against them, but we'll see what he can do against Liverpool. I'm going to go 2-2 at Anfield. And on Sunday, we've got 3 games before and these will be the last games before the international break, of course. Burnley against Leeds. I'm going to go with Leeds United. I think Burnley are going to lose their first 3 games of the season. They showed me a lot of heart and a lot of things to be optimistic about in terms of them being able to avoid relegation this season. I think they're going to get going after the international break, but I do think that Leeds United, coming off that euphoric 2-2 draw at home to Everton, I believe that they are just going to have too much for Burnley, and I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Leeds United. It will be a difficult game for Burnley, and Leeds are just really fit, and they're going to get their first win of the season with a 2-1 victory is what I'm going for. And then you got Tottenham against Watford. Of course, Watford coming off that 2-0 defeat to Brighton after the win against Aston Villa to open the season, and Spurs will win their first 2 games. I think Spurs are going to win their first 3. I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Spurs. Harry Kane, I believe, is going to start this game after the transfer saga and all of that, and the failing to leave the club and all of that good jazz. I might do a video on that right before I leave. That just a short reaction video to Harry Kane just saying that he will be staying at I almost said Old Trafford, staying at the new Tottenham Stadium for another season. Yeah. So I'm going to go with 2-0 Spurs. I'm going to go with Harry Kane getting off the mark for the season because he hasn't scored a goal yet. Last season's top scorer and assist king. I believe he's going to get off the mark in this game. And 2-0 to Spurs in that game against Watford. And then the last game before the international break on Sunday, it will be Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester United. I already predicted this. I already did a video, of course, that should be coming out before this one. Right before this one, actually. So they probably will be coming out pretty much the same time, to be honest. But I am going to go with a 2-1 United win, like I went in my prediction. I just think that United, even with the fact that I don't think they're going to go with the team they should be going with, I still think they're going to have too much for Wolves. I still think Wolves are going to lose their first 3 games of the season. And yeah, 2-1 to Manchester United. So yeah, hopefully your boy can do better. Like I said before, I'm thinking of adding that rule, but that rule does not go. Leave it in the comments if you want me to add that rule I talked about, where if I get the exact scoreline right, then I can fail to get another score. So I have to get right now. I have to get 7 out of 10. But if I get, say, Leeds 2-1, say Leeds do beat Burnley 2-1, then I can just say I don't have to get 7 out of 10. I have to get only 6 out of 10, and however many I get, I can just waive that based on the score lines. But I can only do that for two matches just to still make it a little bit fair. I can only waive score lines for 2. So if I get the Burnley Leeds and the Tottenham Watford game correctly, then if I get the Wolverhampton Wanderers United game, I can't use that as well. So I can only use 2 at a time for each week. So just to make it exciting, making it intriguing. But if I don't get it, I have to do a forfeit, which you guys will decide. So yeah, leave it in the comments below if you want to see me do that. But we're going to stick with the 7 out of 10. I have to get 7 out of 10 of these predictions correct to avoid a forfeit. And yeah, your boy's out. 10 minutes was the cap. It's almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to be out. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Comment down below, like I said, if you're excited for the more content coming up on the channel. And I'm going to be out. Thank you so much, and peace.